Hey, welcome back. You called for the PlayStation Games, correct? Nice. Well, thanks for coming in. So yeah, I did set aside some controllers for you and the consoles that you asked for. And I know you said you're just looking to browse through the games. Okay, so you're not really sure what you're interested in. That's fine. We do have a pretty big selection. Not a lot of really heavy hitter games right now, but we're always getting trade-ins every day, so if there are specific games you're interested in, just give us a call and we can reserve them for you. Are you a member of our store? Okay, yeah, I can look up your account and see how many points you have. What is your first name? And your last name? Okay, it looks like you currently have 50 points. So you can use that today if you decide to purchase anything. And then as always, if you do decide to purchase a bundle of items, we can give you a discount, okay? So why don't you go look through all of the games, see what you can find, and then when you're ready, you can come up here and I will show you the consoles, the controllers, and then we can look through the games. Sound good? Perfect. I'll see you in a little bit. So it looks like you found a nice selection. Perfect. Do you have any questions so far? Good. So then let me show you the two consoles first. So starting with the PS1. I know you said you were interested in the classic version and then this version. We actually don't have the first PlayStation that came out at the moment, but we are getting them in pretty consistently. So you can always call back or we can reserve the next one that comes in if you want. But here's the one we do have in stock at the moment. And I am going to clean it off. It's a little bit dusty. But here's the top. And then here are the slots for the controllers. And I think these are both, yes, memory card slots. Yes, there are 2 slots for the memory cards. And this is where you plug in your cables on the back. And then the bottom looks pretty good and not too worn. Let's see, October 2000. So here's the bottom. Just a reminder, everything is tested as well, so this is in working condition. So then on the front here, you have the power button. And then this is the button to actually open the PlayStation up. And then this is where you would insert the disc. So it's very clean on the inside, but I can just make sure it's perfect before you leave. And just remember never to touch the lens right there when you're cleaning. But what I will say is this is a really good size. I like this little PlayStation, so it's a good choice. And I will just dust it for you. So did you grow up playing PlayStation? Yeah, so did I. I have a lot of fond memories playing 2 of my favorites, Crash Bandicoot and Spyro. but those two games were my favorite for a really long time. So I always enjoy playing those games today too, because it just brings back so many memories. Okay, it looks nice and shiny. So are you thinking about picking this up? Yeah, and I do have the cords set aside for you as well. So then we have the PlayStation 2 you were looking for. This one is very dusty, so I will clean it in a moment. Here it is. Here's the top. You can see the PS2 logo right there. And there's the front. And then in the front you also have the slots for the controllers again. And then your memory cards. And then the button to open the top and insert the disc. And then the bottom is pretty generic and very dirty. So let's wipe it down. Now, did you also play games on a PS2? Yeah. Yeah, I mainly played on PS1. And then I think at the time I was also just so into Nintendo that I was focusing on that too. But I did play quite a few games on this. And what's nice is both of these consoles are very, very light. Easy to maneuver, and very easy to just plug them in and start playing a game. Not a huge setup that you have to worry about. Alright, looks good. So, are you thinking about this one too? Perfect. So we do have a nice white controller that matches this PlayStation. So I figured you would be interested in it. And it is nice and clean. No discoloration. And let me just check all of the buttons for you. Oh, that's stuck a little bit for a second, but now it's good. These feel good. Start, select, analog. I like the PlayStation controller. I always have. I feel like it's really comfortable. So yeah, this one looks really good. And the cord is also in perfect condition, so no tears. Nothing is wrong with it. Let me just dust the top a little bit. Yeah, this one looks really good. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to put this right over here. Then we have the PS2 controller. So this one is a clear blue color. I know you said you were interested in a black one, but we don't have one at the moment. So I'm sorry about that. But this one is in really good condition, and I think it looks pretty cool. The cord is in perfect condition, and everything looks nice and clean. Just double checking for you. Look at the buttons. Start, select, analog. Yeah, and the difference between the controllers, this is the DualShock controller. Okay. So everything looks good. And yeah, they're both well taken care of. Obviously, they are both used. They're not brand new. So they will be at a discounted price. And I can sell them to you for a much better price than our competitor stores. Alright, nice and clean. So I will put this in your pile as well. I'm just going to bring up my pricing system just so I can tell you the prices of all the games. And usually they aren't too expensive. There are a few PlayStation games we have in that glass case over there, and those ones are the more expensive, valuable ones. But I think the ones you grabbed, it looks like, are not too expensive. So let's take a look. So really all I do is go through and make sure the disc is inside. Make sure it's the correct disc as well. These have all been tested, but I just double check before I sell the items to make sure nothing has been mismatched. Okay? Okay, so you grabbed one of my favorites, Spyro the Dragon. And looks like it's in good condition. Actually played this on Switch. I think it was a few years ago. And I loved it. It was so cool to see it remastered. And then we have the manual in here. And then the disc. Now we do clean all of our discs with our disc cleaner. So, should be perfect, and it is. But if you were to have any issues, we do have a 30-day return policy. So Spyro is only $10. Okay. And then Spyro Year of the Dragon. This case looks like it is broken on the front, so I can try to find another one for you. And did this just fall out? Yeah, I think it just fell out. But yeah, we have the manual. The manuals for the PlayStation 1 games were pretty good. They always gave a little intro to characters, and then of course some tips, how to save the game, things like that. And why is... Oh, that's right. I forgot. So I saw Crash Bandicoot on the bottom and I was wondering why. But if you... What did you have to do? Hold down R2 plus L1 on the title screen and press the square button. And then you could play a demo of Crash Bash. I actually vividly remember doing that when I was a kid, and I thought it was the coolest thing. So maybe that's something you can try today. I'm just going to slip this back in here. I think it keeps getting stuck because the manual isn't in the best condition, but just fixed it for you. Then we have the disc, and it looks good. So let's check the price. Year of the Dragon, $10 as well. Okay. What's this? Oh, this was actually a Square Enix game. So this is Final Fantasy and Final Fantasy 2. I don't know if I actually ever played this one. Alright, so we have the manual, the disc. Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of the Final Fantasy games, but I obviously know how popular they are. Are you a big fan? Nice. Okay, so that is $13. Okay, what is this? Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. I think this one's actually worth a little bit more. And this just fell apart. So I will get you a new case. Let me check the price. Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Yeah, that's $25 right now. And so did you get into Yu-Gi-Oh! A lot? Yeah, I never really could, but I know a lot of my friends loved it. Alright, so yeah, I will replace that case for you, for sure. Wow, this one is taking me back. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I loved this game. I remember me and my friends playing it for hours. Definitely nostalgic. We have the manual, and then the game. And I mean, of course, these games did so well. And I always love seeing these. For hints and tips, you could call that phone number. I never did that. I do always wonder if they actually would have helped. Alright, let me check the price for that. $7. And then you also grabbed Pro Skater 3. Okay. So looks good. The disc is good. Check the price. That one's only $5. Tomb Raider. Yeah, I did play this one too. And this one, I just remember the graphics. Wow, the graphics for all these games are kind of brutal to play through today, but still fun. That disc looks good. And see, I just looked this up for another customer. I think it's a little bit more than 10. Yeah, it's 15. I'm just gonna move these over here to make some room. Okay, Resident Evil 2. So this is 2 discs, I believe. So I'm just going to make sure they are both in here. There's the manual. And then I see disc 1 and disc 2. For this one, let me check. Yeah, that one's actually $30 right now, so it's a little bit more expensive. Is that okay? Okay. I don't know what made me think of this, but do you remember there used to be this little device that you slid across a CD and it would rip the plastic so that you could easily just peel it off? I remember having a pink one, and again, I just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Kind of wish I still had it. Alright, now you have Rugrats Search for Reptar. And this is a great choice. I actually loved this game. I played it all the time. And I still remember so many of the levels. They were so fun. Escape from an alien, a spaceship. Join a backyard, a circus. Save Chucky from a wild goose. Search the tunnels with Spike, play a round of mini golf, stomp around town with Reptar. Yeah, I popped this game in and played a little bit of it not too long ago. And it really was as fun as I remember. It's actually this manual is in really good condition. This is a little card where you could enter to win some games, and you had to check off what systems you own: N64, SNES, Game Boy or PlayStation, PC, and Macintosh. Well, this definitely brings back a lot of memories. Alright, let me check the price on that. That one is actually $20, okay? So, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. And this one looks good. This one is actually worth quite a lot if it is sealed, which that one is not. So that's only $10. And then Crash Team Racing, which looks like it was just loose. So we just have it in this clear case. So that will not be a lot of money at all. Yeah, I can give that to you for $5. And then I see you grabbed another loose game, and this is Spice Girls Spice World. I think I do remember playing this one too. Yeah, I was a Spice Girl fan. That is only a few dollars. Yeah. I can give that to you for $3 since it's loose. PlayStation 1. Let's look at the PS2 games. Alright, so starting off, another loose one in a random case. Dragon Ball Z Budokai 3. I can't remember what this one is worth, so let me look it up. Okay, that is worth a little bit more, so that's $30 just loose without a case or a manual. So I'll set that one there. The Simpsons Hit and Run. I'm gonna dust a few of these. They do look like they've been sitting on our shelf for a while. This is another one I remember having a lot of fun with. And are most of these games new for you? No, you did play them. Well, you had pretty good taste in games. Okay, so we see the manual and the disc. And it looks like we have a memory card in here. So I will just let you have that. I'm not going to charge you extra. So I'll just keep it right inside. And Simpsons Hit and Run. This one I think actually is worth a little bit more still today. Yep, this is $40. Final Fantasy. And we have the manual, the game. This game might be, yes, this is rated T for teen, just letting you know. So, let's look it up. Okay, so that is $5. And wow, this is another great game. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland, and I actually love how this feels like a skateboard a little bit on the front. That's really cool. So let's just take this out. And yeah, this case is actually really cool too. I like how the signatures of some of the skateboarders are on the back. Actually, was this one? I think this actually had BMX in it too. I can't remember exactly, but I think it did. Yeah, it did. BMX controls. So, this is a really good game. Check. This shouldn't be too much. $10. Spider-Man 2. Or no, I'm sorry. Oh no, this is Spider-Man 2. I never played this one. I am looking forward to playing the Spider-Man games for PS5 though. I never played them, so I think I'll really enjoy them. I've heard so many good things. And this is also $10. Okay, Dragon Quest. Journey of the Cursed King. This actually feels really heavy. I wonder if there are multiple discs. Let's see. this is interesting. I'm seeing one disc, not a second disc, so I'll have to check for you. I do see another memory card, and then I see the manual. So I'm gonna double check that one for you before I sell it to you, but that price is $15. So yeah, I will double check when we're done and make sure nothing is missing. I'm pretty sure it is 2 discs. Alright, and then Magic Pangle, The Quest for Color. I don't know what animation studio designed this, but I really do like it. I think it was a Japanese animation studio. But anyways, this does look like a pretty cool game. So we have the game and the manual. This one is also a little bit more. It is $25. Now, Silent Hill 2. This one is still worth a little bit of money. So just letting you know before I look up the price. But I know it is over $100. Okay? So we have the manual and the disc. And let me check the price. Yeah, so Silent Hill 2 is currently going for $159, if you can believe that. But obviously, if you purchase several games, I can definitely discount that for you. Okay? Then we have Final Fantasy X. Okay. So, disc, manual. $5. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. This one is missing a manual, just so you know. So I can give this one to you for maybe like $3. Yeah. Maybe I can replace this case for you too. It is a little bit worn. Then Final Fantasy 12. This one feels a little heavy too. Oh, it must just be because the manual is pretty big. This one looks good. And that price, again, I don't think it's too much. $12. Tony Hawk's Underground. So another Tony Hawk game. And the manual. Another really long one. And a disc. It's another one that I believe is $10. Yeah, $10. And a Star Wars game. It says Star Wars Battlefront. I'm a huge Star Wars fan, but I did not ever play this one. I don't know why either. So maybe I'll have to check it out someday. This one's also complete. And I don't think it's too much. Yeah, that's only $5. And then last but not least, one of my other favorites, Crash Bandicoot, The Wrath of Cortex. I love this game so much. And yeah, you could play as Crash's sister, Coco, in this game. So, one of the many reasons I really enjoyed it. We have the manual and the game. A lot of cool features in this game too. A lot of fun things you could do. Great game. And that is $10. And that's everything? Okay. And what game are you interested in putting on hold? Yeah, the original Crash Bandicoot. Yeah, we get that in the store quite often. So as soon as we do, I'll call you. I don't think anybody's on the wait list for that one yet. So you are first in line. And let's look at your total. So for all the games, the 2 consoles, and the discount, I can give that all to you for $250. Perfect. And then I will apply your points. Okay. So then that will only be $200. And would you like me to charge the card already on file? Perfect. And then the receipt will be emailed to the email we have on file. Is it still the same? Great. Alright, well you have a nice PlayStation 1 and 2 collection to start at home. I hope you enjoyed looking through everything, and I'm going to bag this all up for you to take home. Well, thanks so much for coming in, and I will see you next time.